Hello everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and it is time to share with you all the plants I loved so much this month. It was hard staying on top of the plants. Every single one of them is drying out like at lightning speed, but luckily I was able to start watering outside now because it's super warm, especially overnight. And I just fill up these little bins with water and I just set the plants in there, sometimes for a couple days, I don't know. But it's been hard staying on top of the plants, but there are still some standout ones I kept gravitating towards and wanting to look at every single day. And let's start with this one right here. This beautiful little gem is a desert rose. I just posted this on Instagram yesterday, the day before, because these blooms, oh my gosh, look at them. They opened up a couple of days ago and I was hoping they'd still look pretty good for the video. They're fading a little bit, but they're so pretty. Don't look at that yellow leaf. I tried to see if the leaf would come off and it didn't, so I'm just gonna leave it till it naturally falls off. But it's crazy to see these beautiful blooms come from this plant that looks like a stump. It looks like a root that, I don't know, started growing on the outside of the ground instead of under the ground. It's so weird but cool at the same time. And I mean, look at those flowers. Ugh, I love it. This had been in the south window all winter long and it did just fine. I did move it outside now, so that's where it's currently living. It's not in direct sun, it's on the porch, but it does get a lot of sun as the sun's going down and it's like beating down into the porch. And it seems to be doing fine with that. I've watered it a couple of times already. I feel like it probably needs water soon. I do struggle to know when this needs water because, I mean, it's so weird. Like, there's no leaves on it that just wilt or, you know, start looking like it needs water. But I just kind of feel this piece, and if it starts feeling kind of squishy and kind of depleted and empty, then I water it. But for the most part, it's been doing really, really good. And look at that. Ugh. Doesn't it look weird? It looks like I put them on there. Like I stuck them on and said, look at this flower my plant grew. But no, it did that all on its own. And I love it. It's so pretty. I love that plant so much. The other plant I loved so much this month is this. This is the Philodendron Summer Glory. And I specifically like this one. So I have two of these. I did regret buying them, because I bought one of them because I never seen it before and I was like, oh my god, what is that? I have to get it. It's new. I've never seen it. I'm never going to see it again. And then I bought another one, I think the same day, if not just a few days later, because the same thing. I was like, oh my god, it's a brand new plant. I've never seen it. I have to have it. I'm never going to see it again. So I bought two of them, instantly regretted it, and they just kind of sat there. But this one I have right underneath the skylight, and I think that's why the leaves are growing straight up. The other one I have, they're kind of growing out like this and kind of down a little bit, I think because they're trying to get to the light. But this is right underneath the skylight, so the leaves are standing straight up. I love the way that it's growing. I know it's going to end up outgrowing the pot eventually, and I know it needs to be repotted because this thing dries out at least once a week. I mean, it's a big plant. It's in a little tiny pot. There's roots coming out of the bottom. It definitely needs to be in a bigger pot, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready to repot this because it looks so cool. This like glossy black pot, and the way that it's growing, the leaves standing straight up. I just absolutely love this plant, and I can't believe I regretted buying it at one time, but I love it now. The other one, I don't know, maybe I need to move that one to a better spot, but this one I love, and I found this one at Lowe's. That's actually where I found both of them. Okay, the other plant, the one that's sitting here right in the frame, I cannot properly put into words how much I love this plant. This is another philodendron. It's the Philodendron Mayowi. Look at it. Look at this plant. So I did recently repot this. I was gonna film it in a video, the repotting that I did, but the amount of time it takes to set up the thing, bring all the soil in here, and do the video to repot the plant, I literally could repot this in 30 seconds if I just go outside real quick, and I kind of went on a little spree repotting stuff the other day. Probably should have filmed it, but it's fine. But this is one that I did repot, and I love it so freaking much now. I loved it before, but again, it was in a small pot. definitely root bound, needed to be put in a bigger pot, and it just is loving life. It's putting out a new leaf right here. Isn't that so cool? And then just the shape of these leaves. I mean, look at this. It's so beautiful. Ugh, look at that. I freaking love this. I love the terracotta that it's in. It's got a nice patina. And this plant just, it takes up a lot of space. I love the way it sits on the table. It's just everything. I mean, look at it. I can't. There's nothing to not love about this plant. This is one that I bought. Where did I buy this? Gabriella Plants. Is this one of the ones I bought from Gabriella? Absolutely love it so, so much. I have seen this one around at Osuna Nursery, at least a local place here. It was a little bit more juvenile, so the leaves didn't have as many like deep splits. They were kind of like right up here maybe. So the leaves just had a little bit of like this finger thing going on. And you could kind of tell that it was a mayoi, but it was also cool looking because it was kind of juvenile form. I absolutely freaking love this. If you have one, let me know. I want to share in your joy. Love it. So beautiful. Ugh, love this plant so much. Let's put you right there. And the last plant, this is one I have mentioned, I think in a couple of different favorites videos. I don't remember the name of this, but they also call it the key lime plant. I don't know what it is about this plant, but I absolutely love it. It's super weird. It looks like a little crimped edge here, you know, like a little ravioli. It has a tiny bit of texture on it, not as fuzzy as the bear paw succulent, but a teeny tiny little bit. Like it's just enough to give it a little extra like tactile satisfaction, you know what I mean? There's 4 big clusters on this plant here, and each one has this little spike coming out of it. Isn't that so cool? It'll grow like little flowers on it. It takes forever for them to grow and to bloom, but you know I'm gonna show you once they finally do. There's something about this plant in this pot, and when I hold it, I don't know what it is about how it just feels touching my hands. I don't know, it's super weird, but I love it. And then the stems have all of this little like red fuzzy stuff on it. I think it's just so, so cool. I absolutely love this. And I feel like I bought this plant because it was like, I just wanted to buy something and I couldn't really find anything. And I thought, oh, well, this one's like intriguing enough. And it has turned into one of my absolute favorite plants. And I feel like this is a good like substitution to the bear paw succulent, because I've tried that plant so many times, can't figure it out. Can't figure it out. All the paws just fall off if I look at it wrong. It's very temperamental, but this kind of gives me, there's a hair tangled in it. This kind of gives me that same satisfaction of the bear paw. I mean, it's not totally a bear paw. It's more of just like, I guess it's very similar in shape. It's got that little crimped edge. It's still like, you know, a nice little juicy succulent that you just want to squeeze. So I get the same satisfaction that I think I'd get out of owning a bear paw succulent, but it's a lot more easygoing, a lot easier to take care of. I just wait until these little, I don't know, these little raviolis get a little bit shrunken, a little bit pruny, and then I water the heck out of it, and it sits in the south-facing window. It's lived there all winter. It does perfectly fine. It's growing out more. Like these used to be a little more like tight and compact. Maybe I'll put some more support in here, maybe put it in a deeper pot so it'll like hold up on the edges a little more, because I feel like these are going to start crawling over or something. But I absolutely love this plant so much. And you know what? I did bring one more in here. And then as I was talking about these, I'm like, is this one really my favorite? It has to be. I brought it in here. Let me just show it to you real quick. This is the Aloca Jacqueline. I really love this one. I love that it is a lot more easygoing than I thought. I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought this one was going to be very temperamental. It was going to need like a ton of humidity and, you know, all the alocasia stuff that people usually are afraid of alocasias for, like they're really high maintenance or something. I don't find them to be very high maintenance. They like to be watered. They like a lot of light. They do get spider mites. They need to be kind of cleaned on a semi-regular basis, but that's about it. They're pretty easygoing. There are some that I can't get a handle on and I can't figure out to save my life. But for the most part, the ones I do have anyway are pretty easy. And so far, this turns out to be a pretty easy one. This is a new leaf right here. Yesterday, I swear the leaf was still rolled up yesterday. Now it's like all the way out and flat. It's so cool. It has like a really fuzzy texture to it. I mean, just look at the leaf. It looks like it's poisonous or something. Like I don't know. It looks like if I saw this leaf out in the jungle, I would not want to touch it, but here I am right now. It's just so, so cool. I mean, look at that leaf shape, the texture, the color. It's got a little fuzziness going on. It has those kind of striped, you know, Alocasia zebrina type stems. It's just a beautiful little plant. I got this one locally here too, and I absolutely love it. Love it so much. But that is it. Those are my houseplant favorites for June. Let me know some plants you loved this month. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss my next one, and I will see you later in another video. Oh, goodbye.